So good afternoon, everyone. I intentionally wanted to pause there so that we could perhaps take in what we've just watched. And I really don't know if those online can see me. I'm just going to look at Jose or my, good, okay. Yeah, silence was what I was hoping we could have after watching that clip, because we're going to go into a dialogue, a conversation. And I read somewhere that the best way to start a dialogue is to have some silence, and to listen with attention. That's part of also having a conversation, so that we can engage, and then hopefully we can have creative outputs or whatever it is you would want to get out of this event. So once again, it's good afternoon. Welcome to this lovely location that Stichting Soka has allowed us to enjoy. It's been, I think, definitely over a year that Stichting Soka has hosted an event here. So it's really nice to see some of us come from different parts of Netherlands. And of course, those of you joining us online, welcome. I hope you've had something to eat. Those of you online, we've had a luxurious lunch, I would say, thanks to Europrof. And the reason is that we can hopefully then stay away from any form of distraction. You can have your phones with you, but I would ask if you could mute them. And those online, you could please mute your audio. Because we want to spend some time talking on climate change. That's why we're here, energy and climate change. A topic that I would say is really critical, it's urgent, and I think hopefully the video you've just watched gives you perhaps some idea of what climate change is doing currently and will do in the nearest future. I would like to start this conversation on the fact that climate change is real. So thanks to 200 world-renowned scientists who have put together what we call the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report. They have stated very clearly that climate change is real. They've done the research, they've done the work, and so they've spared me from having to prove that to you today. Plus, I'm not a scientist. I am an engineer, a chemical engineer. And for those who don't know me, I am Christy Aikhorin. I am super passionate about sustainability. It is why I'm here today. because when Jose asked, Jose is sitting right behind there, but she's really been the one behind today's event, together with some who have helped her. When she asked me, Christy, would you moderate this? I said, of course, I will do it. Even when she said, well, there's a possibility that we don't get the students that we thought would come here today. I said, oh yeah, of course we have to do it. Look, did you see the IPCC report? So it's painted humanity's code as red. We are in a dangerous situation, given what's going on with the climate. So for the next 3 hours, we'll be led in a conversation by 4 technical experts. They are technical, that's their background, but that's why I'm so glad that you guys are here, because hopefully you bring your own different perspective, and then we can hopefully get a better, bigger picture. So I really want to thank you very much for coming, because then we can get a broader view of what climate change is doing in our own different backgrounds, from our own different perspectives. And I really want to thank you for being here today, because you transformed the doubts and the questions that Jose and I had 3 weeks ago when we had virtually no one sign in for this event. You've made it into this miracle of today. You made this event possible. And for those of you, of course, online, thank you for joining. The idea is that, and the hope that I have, is that we each will leave with perhaps a better idea, better understanding, perhaps even a different understanding of our role that we can play in safeguarding our common home. And like every home, when every member wants to be acknowledged and appreciated, especially when it's in challenge, or when families or home is facing a crisis, and our home is facing a crisis, a climate crisis. So, and I think as a mother of 2 lovely kids who is concerned about the future of her kids, together with so many other children, wondering what sort of future are we going to leave behind, I'm hoping that we will leave a legacy of hope, and not one that looks like the video we just watched. I really invite you to please listen and engage, and take notes. If you have questions, if time permits, you can ask your question after each speaker has given their talk. And without much further ado, I would like to present or invite our first speaker to come on, Dr. Chipla Vandu. He's a project manager with Shell Global Solutions, and also a consultant with Via Energy Solutions, which is a small energy startup in Nigeria, providing renewable energy solutions to rural communities in Nigeria. And they've actually executed a number of projects for schools and hospitals. So Chipla today has the task of presenting to us an overview of the energy landscape and showing us how it connects to climate change, and as well as what's the role of renewable energy in the industry. What's it doing in the mix? And also, as an MBA holder, actually, he would also be sharing his own perspective of what's going on with the market energy. Energy markets, sorry, I have to get that right. So yeah, he spent some time doing some research with the economical situation, and I think it's a very important point of view to also discuss. So Dr. Chipla, I'll say, please come forward. I promise not to interrupt you, and give you the floor to discuss. And